And we're live. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Welcome everybody. Hi. Thanks for joining us here on Going Critical. My name is Fabian Babs. To some of you, I am the GM for Reckoning in Dawn's Shadow. We're so happy to have you guys here. This is the second episode. Um, it's gonna ramp up from here. But yeah, uh, let's get into it. Let's introduce you to the cast. This amazing cast of people. Let's start with Luke.
Hi, everybody. I'm Luke Trevisi. I'm a Filipino Italian comedian from New York City. I perform all over the city with a Supreme microphone. You can catch me on Instagram at Trevizus, Troveezus, or here on Twitch on Mondays and Wednesdays. Mondays I play Filipino Fortnite with my pals, and then Wednesdays are usually a variety night where listen. We're mostly just watching animal videos on Wednesdays, but it's a good time. Come by.
Hell yeah. Next, Toffee.
Oh, me. Hey guys, I'm Toffee. I'm a Filipino from Southern California. Um, I'm an actor. I stream sometimes at my Twitch channel at Toffee Plays. Nothing to plug right now. One plug. If you like movies, and you like Chinese cinema, please watch Wong Kar-wai's In the Mood for Love.
Oh
If you're
yeah.
feeling in a romantic mood. Good
Ro-
inspiration.
Romantic or heart like ready to be
Well,
heartbroken?
you
Cause
know, what's the difference? What's the difference, Fabs? I
true,
feel like,
very
you
true.
know, there we
Uh,
go.
one of my favorite directors. Anyway, Saf.
Hi, I'm Saf. You can find me everywhere at A Clerical Error or A Clerical Error 748. It's one of those variations. You'll find me. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. And I guess my plug is Arcane Wares, a TTRPG streetwear company where you can find really casual nerd stuff to wear. Also, you can find me on Dice Cream Sandwiches Twitch every single Monday, where I play a changeling cleric, and we're almost done with the campaign, so it'll be wrapping up soon. Would love to see you there.
Oh yeah, Joe.
Hi, everybody. I'm not sick anymore. So there's that.
Yay.
Uh, I'm Joe or Josephine. I'm at Scary Dog Friend on Twitter and TikTok. You can find me here, obviously. You can also find me every other Wednesday, Starlight Tales, in the Dead Zone campaign, play D&D, and then at 8 p.m. ET. Also, when Wednesdays, every Wednesday is I'm over at Girls Run These Worlds for the Roll for Luck campaign. Also D&D. I need to stop playing D&D, but here we are. Um, on Friday is going to be the last installment of the Bards and Brews mothership game called Majesty and Agony. I play a frat boy in a lesbian that's also a space marine. So if you want to see that, it's the last installment, so it's going to be very fun.
Oh yeah.
And if you have auditory processing issues, just follow me on Twitter.
Yeah. And last but not least, Stella.
Hello, hello. I'm Stella Luna on Twitch, Stella Luna TV on all other social media. I am a TTRPG producer. I basically run games and try to get people paid for them. We like to role play and throw dice. Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
Yeah.
Are
Yeehaw.
you? Do you have anything coming up? Like, do you have anything tomorrow, Friday?
Yes. Oh my God, Fabian, what would I do without you? So tomorrow, Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, join us for an adventure through Candlekeep Mysteries with the Unbound cast. We are chaotic, we are queer, we like to romance everything, and one of the characters is a goblin smut author. Yep,
Oh
that's
yeah.
all you need to know.
Yeah. Again, welcome to Going Critical, Fabs. Just a little bit about the channel. We have other TTRPG games running. Apart from this, thank you for joining us. We have another D&D game on Mondays in the afternoon called Hellions of Karnak. So if you want to check that one out, that one is more chaotic. This one is chaotic, but that one is just batshit insane and a whole lot of fun. And on Tuesdays, Tuesday evenings at 8 o'clock, we have our City of Mist campaign, which is nearing its close, about like 3 or 4 sessions. You can catch Sleepless Nights on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. And yeah, be sure to follow us on our socials. If you check the About box below, the whole cast's Twitters, you can follow them there. And you can follow us as well. And if you enjoy the community, you want to come back and you want to talk to people about the shows, you can join our Discord as well. I'll be posting the links just in a bit. I am one man and I am trying to do my best here.
Very small.
But yeah. And lastly, another thing, if you are curious about joining games like this, we just announced we're casting a new game in August, Vampire the Masquerade, which is going to be story told by yours truly. We already have 3 players and we're looking for 2. One of those 2 might be yourself. So check out our Twitter to join, well, to fill out the application form, and hopefully you'll be able to join our game. And yeah, and lastly, obviously, I'd like to thank patrons, and point you guys to our Patreon. We have a lot of varied things there, from spice art, from homebrew content, from ticketed games. Eventually, we're trying to get that set up and getting off the ground. Please check it out. And again, lastly, a little bit of warning. This game has mature tones, some cursing. It's D&D, so there might be some violence. If you feel inclined to step away for some reason, something that makes you uncomfortable, it's all good. We completely understand. Feel free to come back when you feel more comfortable. And if you missed the whole stream, we have VODs popping up right after the stream. So with that out of the way, let's begin our game. Last week, pretty much, what we went through was an introduction to a city of industry and innovation. This, I would say, fall season has been quite nice to the city, and the morning rain hits, and as the 2 moons rise to take place, to take the sun's place, a festival to celebrate the passing of the city's dead takes place. It is called Saints' Day, which takes place at the end of... I forgot my months. We're gonna call it October, right? Basically, the tradition has been where people would wear masks to be able to pass through with their loved ones to the other side and say goodbye to the ones they have lost. During this whole parade, after a bout that happened in the afternoon, and after consuming wonderful food, the group that we are following, our heroes, is helping a meek mannered, quiet, young individual of the name of Sunny. And last we left off, Sunny just took a box. And now things are going crazy. Everybody, what is everybody doing right now as Sunny takes a box from a man of the cloth? 2 guards with them basically don't know what happened yet, but are definitely trying to ascertain what the situation is. They see that the box is gone, You guys are all with face paint. Some are invisible. I'm gonna say you have 4 chances before these group of guards figure out what you guys are doing. So let me just go around. We're gonna do a bunch of skill tests. You need to succeed. Okay, you need to succeed 4 skill tests to be able to get to your destination, which is the academy. So, how are you guys going to bring Sunny to the academy right now within your skills?
Could you give us a description of the box, please?
Sure. Now that you see Sunny, the box, it looks like old wood, kind of, I wouldn't say rotted, but definitely weathered by time. You see that there are bandages or kind of like little talismans that are like taped over the seams of this box. This is definitely something that has been opened before to contain whatever is in this. It is about, I would say, like 9 by 13. Like a 9 by 13. It's about like 3 inches thick. Maybe a little bit more, like maybe like 3.5 and 4 inches thick. It looks pretty heavy, like hefty, but not like it doesn't bog down Sunny, who looks as if they can't really carry like anything heavy. Hood, yes.
What is the sort of geographical, what is like sort of the biome? Like, are we like in town? Like, or
Yes.
is there trees?
Yes,
City
you guys
street.
are in a city. So in the center of the city is a fountain where this was happening. You guys are kind of like in the midtown of this walled city. You know that you're supposed to head north all the way to the north gate where the academy is. You see a bunch of houses and buildings populating around. There's about a good maybe 20-30 foot space between the fountain and all the houses that lead into like the respective streets. Probably in attendance of this area. This is probably packed with about maybe 100 to 150 individuals that you're not really sure the exact number, but it's about that. It's well populated. You have people on the rooftops. I would like you to make, because of your question, if you can make me a perception check as well.
Gotcha. That's gonna be an 18.
With an 18, apart from the 2 guards, you definitely clock 2 other guards above by what you understand is an inn. And looking from above, they're on a veranda on the 3rd floor. So right now you notice that they have not been alerted to what's been going on, as the 2 guards are still trying to ascertain, help the priest up, and figure what the hell just happened. This is still kind of like in a bullet time kind of a sense that Sunny has teleported back to. I assume Address was the closest one to him earlier. So yeah. Anybody else need any form of like information?
And Sunny's just bolting it. They're just running off into.
They're
running
about
north through.
they're about to run north, but he definitely is aware that he needs the rest of you to be protected, because he's good at one thing and one thing only, is taking things and getting out as quickly as possible. But if he gets hit by anything, he's going down quick and he's gonna fail the mission.
Are there any lights or like any like open flames around?
Not open flames. So there's a lot of gas lamps throughout the city. You're used to this. This is like the main source of light during the night. But also because of the festival, there are a lot of lanterns, like paper lanterns, especially by the fountain. There are a few that are spread across the city. But the concentration, especially by the fountain, there's a lot more. You've been to Chinatown before, in New York. Like, you know, when like the streamers are up during the celebration, it's kind of like that, but with lanterns. They're spaced properly away from each other, but it's definitely a denser kind of like populated thing with light. So it's pretty bright so far in where you guys are.
Oh, are we starting this now?
No
Okay.
trees, though, right? Just town.
There are like you know the trees on the sidewalks of a city. Like there's like a little bit of vegetation, but like there's not a lot of like
Can't hide behind those.
unless you go south to the actual park. Then
But we're going north.
but you guys are going north, exactly.
Right, okay.
You see Moon like puts her hand on her hip and like they're beginning to draw their pepperbox pistol because that's how Moon solves all of their problems. Moon's like, so what's the move here?
I'm.
Well, we gotta make 4 skill checks.
Yeah.
And then...
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
Because
right.
Moon is a tiefling right now, right?
Yes, I'm a very hot tiefling right now. Purple.
Ooh.
At Hoon's legs, Bayani's gonna go ahead and cast Disguise Self to look like essentially like a person that he knows in the city, Grandma Mumpy, kind of like a
Okay.
3 foot, very old gnomish woman, and is gonna immediately run up to the priest. Running is hobbles over to the priest.
You have seemed to have fallen. Let me help you up there, dearest.
And then as I bend down at the knees, I'm gonna fall over and then just kind of like land right on top of them.
Oh,
Okay.
so sorry.
Um,
My knees aren't what they used to be.
Make a performance check. This isn't really much as like escaping, but you're buying time. So with this, the clock of 4 failures becomes 5. So if you fail 4 times, you still have 1 extra roll before shit hits the fan. So you're buying time. Roll me a performance check with advantage, please.
Sure.
While this is happening, guys, if you want to participate, we have channel points that you can use. We have donations as well. Our menus down there if you want to buy a reroll or a hero point, or if you want to create some chaos and purchase a deck of many things poll for one of our players, feel free to do so. But yeah, check out our goodies down there. What did you get, Bayani?
That's a 9.
That's a 9 with advantage with performance. Okay, unfortunately, that extra clock, you do not get that. But it doesn't count for your 4. All right?
Okay.
Cool.
Sick.
Cool.
I look at everybody. I am a big guy. I cannot be very quiet. I'm gonna see if I can lay out a path that is going to be the most efficient for us to get out of here. And I would either like to do a perception or survival check as part of the skills. As one of the skills.
Let's go with survival. I think you're good enough for this.
Okay.
Let's say let's say you do it at advantage, because you've been here for 3 weeks. You're a ranger. Yeah.
Yeah. Can I also sneak in, just give myself a little guidance?
Sure.
Awesome. Amazing. Incredible. Oh, hell yeah, baby. That's going to be a 22 plus 1, so 23.
Okay, with a 23, you clock like the easiest way. I am gonna say it's only a 23. I'm not gonna give you any bonuses from that. I was gonna, but no. Okay, with a 23, you clock a good path through the people and through buildings, especially with the information that you have up top with the guards. Just additionally, can you give me another perception check as well? Just to see if you find more guards on your way. But you have passed the first skill check. You have three to go to complete your trek to the academy.
Okay, perception, that's only going to be a 14.
A 14. It's like you were focused too much on the direction. You needed a 15, unfortunately. But you were too focused there that you weren't able to find anybody on top of like rooftops watching, or you might have seen like a guard, but you weren't sure if they were on duty or anything. But regardless, you passed the first skill check. Yes, Andres.
Do I clock anybody in the crowd that would be able to beat me in a fight realistically as a trained fighter?
Make a, I want to say insight check or perception check, your choice.
Let me see. Let me check my skills.
Fucking Asian Popeye. Just.
I'm just asking the questions. They're basically the same. They're both +1.
I love it.
I love how your question was, can I fight anyone in the crowd?
That's a 4.
That's a 4. You can't find anybody that can match you. You can find somebody you can probably clock, and that's it. You
Okay.
can start a brawl, but like.
I think Andres can't. I can't imagine a situation where Andres wouldn't try to make it about himself.
Okay.
So what he's gonna do is he wants to cast thaumaturgy, and he wants to shake the ground, make the lights go really bright, and boom his voice and go, "It's me, the great, the lightning. Anyone who dares fight me, 20,000 real if they can beat me."
Make a perception check with advantage. I mean persuasion check with advantage.
Persuasion?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
What?
I think I have a +3 to that.
What the fuck?
That's a 12. And that's so 15.
A 15?
Yeah.
Some people are like, this is a festival. And some people are like, wait, 20,000? Okay. Definitely people take you up on it. And I would say you do it. Roll me a d4.
Okay. Hold on. That's a 1.
Okay, one person steps up and it's like,
Okay.
let's do this.
One person. Damn, Andres is not what he's really fallen off.
Well, it's not that it wasn't an inviting thing, but like this festival is very spiritual to a lot of people. So if you did
This
it on
is disrespectful.
This is
like-
wildly disrespectful.
a little
Yeah.
bit, but somebody's like, yo, 20,000, let's go, fam. So we're gonna settle that, but you get enough in a commotion that some guards are like, what the fuck's going on? I will say that's your third pass, like your second pass. So we need 2 more. Celeste.
I like to think, because Celeste kind of melded into the shadows and turned invisible, and
Yeah.
I just googled this, so she can use a cantrip without removing her invisibility.
Yeah.
So despite no one being able to see her, I feel like she probably like transports herself by like running quickly from place to place, and then she's gonna try to shoot a firebolt on the grass in between Sunny and the priest or the guards that are following. So she's gonna kind of invisibly run up and then pull her arm just slightly out of the sling,
Okay.
and a slight wisp of shadow comes off her arm and shoots out a firebolt.
Okay. I
She's trying
tend
to create a
to
border between them.
true. I tend to roll where like if you make an attack, but I do want to honor
That's
what
fine,
you
we can do that
what
too.
you saw. Let's do it this way. Make me a concentration check to keep your invisibility.
Oh god, okay. Either way, if you want to just straight up say she loses invisibility, that's totally fine too.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if you keep it.
It's not good. It's plus con, right?
Yeah,
It's an 11.
it's an 11.
Yeah,
It's a
not
little.
good.
It's a little on the low side. Unfortunately, you lose your invisibility,
That's okay.
but you shoot your firebolt. Where do you shoot your firebolt exactly?
It would be in between Sunny and whoever is coming after Sunny. So she's trying to create a border of flame between them on the grass to be like, oh, crazy, you can't go through the lights.
Okay. Roll me a spell check, like with your spell modifier. So that's your charisma plus your proficiency.
Yes, my spell attack. Oh, that's pretty good. 25.
25? Yeah, you
Yeah.
create like this like divide, and you see because of that people started to clock Sunny. And you see guards start calling and pointing over. During this whole commotion, you guys are running through, Hoon leading the way. Hoon, you notice that the two guards noticed Sunny, but at the same time, you guys are moving so quickly that, like, regardless of whether or not they notice them, they probably won't have the chance to catch up to you unless they call forward. So that's your third. This is your third success. You guys are doing really well. All right.
After she accidentally drops the invisibility, she goes like that as she kind of continues to try to walk with the
Yeah.
crowd.
Make me a stealth check real quick
Oh, yeah, okay.
because this is very.
Not a natural one.
I love
She
how.
said, oh!
I love how before this game and people are seeing like people got to see your foreign strength. We're like, let's make you like dexterous.
It still doesn't matter.
Better. Oh,
I
fantastic!
told you, terrible rolls. You can count on me to suck on the rolls part.
It's all good. They clock you. We're going to figure you out in a bit. Moon, are you doing
Yeah.
anything during this?
Yes. Moon, seeing everyone sort of scrambling off, she immediately tucks her gun away and she begins to chase after the priests. And what I would like to do is, do they have like any sashes or belts on?
Oh, yeah.
Or...
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Like they have long robes. They have like sashes definitely.
Okay, what Moon wants to do is a sleight of hand check here to mess with their wardrobe and potentially trip them.
Are
Aren't I
you
right on
using
top of the
just like
priest?
your physical hands to do it, right? Make me a sleight
Yeah.
of hand check.
Okay. Got +7, baby. Let's go. Oh, that's an 11.
Unfortunately, you try to grab it and you yank it. Sure, he falls down, but like you yank it, you had to put an amount of force to yank, like do whatever you needed to do, and people saw you doing it instead of doing it sneakily. You and Celeste are now have the attention of the guards, apart from the guards who were like chasing after Hoon and what do you call this? Sunny. Bayani, you've seen this happening. You're still in the form of
Aren't I like right on top of the priest? Like I like fell on top of them as they fell.
yeah. Well,
Time
like
has passed and I got up.
yeah, they got up and then like they drop down again because of what Moon just did.
So the guards are chasing, but the priest kind of got left behind here.
Priest is there. The guards
Okay.
it's like what am I gonna do? We need that box. I'm just a priest kind of deal.
I'm just trying to buy time and just kind of to have the priest out of the equation here. So I'm gonna shuffle up next to Moon here and say to the priest,
You had a wonderful service this past few days ago. This is my grandson. Oink. I was just wondering, he's a bit doing really bad right now in his studies. I was wondering if you could bless him, priest, please. Bless him. But first you must bless me because I am your elder, so bless me, please.
The priest, make me a persuasion check, just a flat one.
yeah.
Oh
So-
my.
The way this is transporting me back to my childhood right now.
This is that's a 6. Bayani's not the most charismatic dude.
The priest is like, I'm so sorry. There's been
Oh, I will just bless myself then. There we go. Actually, Oink, bless me. Now, bless me enough. Take my hand.
Yeah.
and you see the priest like leaves you and starts like heading towards where the guards were heading.
Gonna melt off disguise self and be like, we should have came here with a plan, Moon. I don't know. I'm not. What are we doing?
I think we're trying our best.
And you all do this. So first let's see Hood. Okay, so Hood, you're the last hope here. You're the last hope here. You need to like, what are you trying to do at this point to get Sunny out?
How far? Where are me and Sunny in all this equation, just to visualize it?
Okay, to visualize, you guys are probably halfway to the northern ward. You have basically past all like the rich, kind of ritzy upper townhouses. There's a lot of carriages in your area. You make a perception check.
Has it been over a minute by this point?
It's been well over a minute. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well, could I also just cast guidance, or is this too fast?
Sure. Guidance. Fine.
Okay. Amazing. This is perception. That's gonna be a 15.
A 15. You clock a curious contraption with 2 wheels, a handle. It looks like a bicycle, but it looks more robust with some sort of metal in between its frames. It looks like a metal box. You see that there are pipes jetting out to the back. You see one of these contraptions in the garage of one of the townhouses as you're running. Apart from that, you also kind of hear from afar that you are being pursued. The general direction isn't there, but it's far enough for you to be able to probably get there. Get to the academy without being caught.
Okay.
You also see probably like 2 horses.
Horses?
Yeah. Attached
Okay,
to like a
so-
really like ritzy carriage.
Okay, that is certainly more my speed. Was the first contraption a bike? What was it? Was it like a tandem bike?
It's a motorcycle basically.
It's
But-
a motorcycle.
But because these are new things for you guys, you're not sure what it is.
I'm just 100% like, we're just not gonna try with that. I would like to attempt to is it a cart, you said?
A carriage. There's a carriage.
A carriage, okay.
Yeah.
I'm fucking, yeah, Sonny, get in the fucking thing, and then I, like, will get onto the carriage and start, like, reining the horses.
Okay, make me a animal handling check.
Alright. Oh god, different dice. Okay. 17.
17? Okay. Pretty much with the last chance, you're just like, I need to get this guy to the academy. It's 20 grand or jail. Because this guy is brazen as hell. You look back and Sonny is just relaxing in the back of the carriage, just with his feet up on the seat, just inspecting the box. And you think, we should ditch this, we're close. And as you ditch it, you get to the academy with no problem whatsoever. We're gonna settle these few things as we go. Andres, we're gonna do you last. Seth, Celeste. One of the guards tries to rush for you because you just fired a firebolt.
Yes.
They're gonna try to apprehend you.
Is this like town guard or is this like a special guard?
City guard, town guard.
Okay.
It's not.
Okay.
You've seen like paladins, like special guards. You probably like, you're surprised that it's not with this priest, but you normally see them by the church or like city hall downtown. They're where important things are. You have a feeling that based off of that, they did not expect anybody to know about this box. And they just had like regular guards on. So yeah, it's just a regular guard. He's approaching you. He's about like a good 50 feet away from you. With the people, the only reason why he clocks you is because it's so obvious from the firebolt. So,
yeah. As he starts to approach, she kind of shoulders her like sleeve on a little bit more and puts her good hand up and goes, whoa, fellas, don't want any help. I was trying to help you apprehend him. And is lying as she kind of like, she's still backing up as far as she can as she walks back, but she's trying to be like, I was helping you.
Make a deception check.
Yeah, totally. That's what I do.
How far are Moon and Bayani from Celeste right now?
About 50 feet as well.
50 feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see.
And Andres is just he's really on his own thing right now, huh?
Yeah, like somebody heard 20 grand and they're like, but here's the
they're
thing.
fighting with their life.
Here's the thing. Without you knowing, some guards that would have chased Boone, you got their attention because of this film. So don't worry about it.
Okay.
Cool. So what was...
I got an 8 as she's like backing up as far as she can. I'm telling you guys can't trust me to roll well. she just has the one arm up going, come on, I was trying to help you guys out.
So this guy, I need you to make a dex check at this point. Dex saving throw.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Saving throw. Is that... Okay, it's not cocked. So sad.
In a little bit
Okay.
of trouble.
It's a sad.
Your dice hate you tonight. Jesus Christ.
No, in general, that's how I roll, baby.
Hey, unfortunately, this man just grabs you. No problem.
We have line of sight.
Yes, you do.
Am I able to use Fox's cunning for this? Because I can turn into a fox. Swoop.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
Or actually,
Also,
this is
I
Nature's
remind
Mask.
everybody to double check your heirloom items to see what they can do if they
Oh,
can help you
I
out.
forgot about that.
Uh,
I forgot I
to
have an heirloom.
to people watching, everybody has an heirloom item that they're bringing into the game, which is an item that evolves with them and has some magical properties. So
It's true.
yeah,
Except for I'm the worst and I can't find my own stuff in D&D Beyond. I'm like, wait, where am I? Oh, amazing. It's cool. It's cool. Don't worry. It's
okay.
fine.
While you're checking on that,
Yes, I'm so sorry.
Bayani, Moon, are you guys doing any?
I just want to just double check. Saf, are you trying to turn into a fox? Are you
So
committing to that?
I just found my heirloom. I am actually going to leave it as is, even though my heirloom could help me out in this moment. I refuse. And she
Okay,
is going
yeah.
to try to slink into her fox form completely, because that's what she do, baby. So she just turns
Yeah.
into.
Describe to
fox
us
is true.
what this fox looks like.
I feel like so as he goes to grab her, she kind of just smiles and like one pointy tooth sticks out as she just morphs into this fox, and it's this gray, almost purple sheen as her fur and everything comes into fruition, and she slips out and tries to like beat it out of there.
Okay, we'll resolve the following rules there. Bayani, Moon, you notice Celeste becomes a fox.
I mean, this is always an option. Pulls out the gun again.
I pull out the elbow to kind of holster it. Oh, I don't think the guards are on to us specifically.
The guard next to you is looking at you and it's like, you just
Oh.
turned into an old lady, from an old lady to you,
Well-
and like, Moon just pulled the rug underneath this priest earlier, so they're like,
Oh, yeah. Moon, what
We have committed no crime. Holsters the gun. We just walk away, Bayani.
We're just walking away, and we're gonna just do like some jazz hands and just taking steps back.
you just pulled Father's sash and made him plant his face on the ground again. What? Make me a persuasion check. No advantage. Just one of you do it. It's supposed to be
Gaslight check.
disadvantage, but there's two of you guys.
I have a +2.
Go for same year. Actually, no. You just go for it.
Okay. That's a 15.
Okay. First, thank you so much for the draw. Can we get to who
Says
that
Celeste needs something, wheel or woe.
Oh no! It's always woe for me, always.
Okay,
when
okay.
chance comes up.
It's a
We're
card
gonna-
draw.
Once we're gonna
Thank
go,
you.
once we get back to Celeste, we're going to draw that card. So what was the persuasion check to you guys, or deception check?
15?
15.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just. Oh, okay. This guy's like, I have. There's a lot more problems than the two of you, and he just runs for the priest. Two of you look back. You notice that undress again. Thank you, Inway, for the card, by the way. Undress. You can do it the same way. You can take no damage at all, but you can only roll 1d20. Add your strength plus your proficiency. Basically, I should have did that to your fight earlier. But you have to beat. You have to beat a 14.
A 14?
Oh, yes. Then, if you want to add a d20, you take half of your HP, and you get to roll it at advantage.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll do that.
Okay. Cool. So you're adding your proficiency plus your strength. That's plus 4. So you need to
So I
hit
need
a
a 10 or higher.
Yes.
15. Let's go. Not even necessary. Oh no, plus the 4. 19.
Okay.
Not even this.
Oh.
This guy was like 20 grand quick, and you just like bam, just like jab him, and like he
Well, I want to
like,
make a show out of it though.
yeah,
I want to
like,
make. I would make a show out of it.
okay, so describe to me how this fight goes real quick.
So first he's like, he feels him out a little bit, and he like throws some jabs, and it does more damage than he expects. So he's like, oh, I gotta ham it up a little bit. So like he takes a hit, and he takes a couple hits to like, be like, oh, I'm gonna lose my money. And then when he sees that Hoon is safely away, he just knocks the guy out, and he goes, okay, all right, anybody else?
And everybody's like, all right.
Who's next? Who dares to face the lightning?
Okay, so like guards are like, what the fuck? You just clocked this man, like, and like, obviously they're still dumbfounded. They see a few guards just scattering. Instead of going, they help this man up and bring him to get medical attention. Saf, Celeste, you wonderful being. Where am I? There.
I'm nervous.
Don't be. I am. We are just. This is fine. Things are
I
gonna.
can accept the consequences of my actions.
Cool. So just tell me when to stop.
When? I'm
Okay.
going right in, hot and fast, hot and loose even.
So,
I'm gonna get Don John's.
I need you to, as you're running away from this guard, I need you to make athletics or acrobatics check to get away. And I'll give you advantage because you're in your fox form.
I already have it too because of the boon that we discussed, so
Yes.
I appreciate that so much. Okay, don't mess me up. I'm gonna do acrobatics because that's better for me. Oh, natural 2023.
Amazing.
Oh.
As you
Yeah,
run, you just pop by a few people, zig and you zag, and you end up. Where do you want? Like, where are you heading to escape?
If do I feel confident that I've lost the guards?
Yes.
When she like zigzags through the group of people, she's gonna try to find a pretty like a decent enough place, and if possible, she's gonna pop out of her fox form and use disguise self. So instead of popping out as Celeste herself, she pops out as like a human man who's like elderly and looks, has a long beard and stuff like that.
As you are weaving and bobbing through the crowd, you feel something tug at your neck, but you're just like, I need to get out, I need to get away. And you fight through it. You get to a court, like you get to an alley, you transform into a man, but you notice that there's something hanging from your neck. You notice that there is kind of a pouch, and you look through it, and it's somebody's wallet. And there is 3,000 real inside. You have drawn the gem card.
Wow!
Nice.
That is the luckiest I've ever been! Thank you. This is unreal. I don't have this kind of luck, so wow. It was 3,000 you said?
Yeah, 3,000 real. Like in
Ooh,
cash.
wow. Fancy.
And yeah. And
I would like to say as well that as my old man figure, since her arm is technically not in use, she's going to make it look like her arm is missing, the one that she normally has that is petrified. It'll just be missing for this old man.
okay. Now it calms down. You all know to expect what do you call this? Foon and sunny at the academy. Nobody's chasing you. Everything's fine. Hoon did the job stellar. Um, Let me just ask, go around the table. Are you guys doing anything during this?
Have we reconvened? Have we reconvened at all, or are we still just in our different places right now?
I want to make sure that people get to do all the things they want to do first before you guys reconvene. Bayani, you seem like you want to do something.
I mean, Bayani and Moon were jazz handing away.
Yeah.
I think Moon would notice Andreas and the fight. What are you doing after the fight finishes?
I think I think Andres is as far like after the fight. I think after he's thrown hands, he's realized that maybe that wasn't the best thing to do in the moment. He was like kind of looking around, and he realizes he's kind of made a little bit of a commotion in an inappropriate place, and tries to just kind of slink away like back into the crowd, but I don't think it really works for him.
I mean, yeah, like you can't really slink away after that whole display.
Yeah.
But people are like, let's just enjoy the festival. There's food, there's painting. Some dude is being wheeled over to like the medical tent. Like they notice that some of the guards are like, what the fuck's going on? So like, you're distinctly being ignored at this point, the three of you. So yeah.
Andres, I don't think I don't think this is how you're supposed to celebrate Day of the Dead. You're not supposed to kill someone on this day.
He's not dead. You could see he's clearly breathing. It's fine. It's not. It's fine. I did the right thing. I definitely did the right thing.
Are you just mad that you lost earlier, so you
You
wanna
won
win?
this one.
Yeah.
Yep, I won this one.
I'd be mad too. Actually, I'd be very sad. So that's okay.
I'm not sad. I was just doing what I thought was right for the mission at hand. I feel sorry for that guy, and I'm sure he'll recover fine. I didn't hit any vital organs. I just punched him enough where he didn't want to get up anymore.
I feel like this is where Celeste would have come over as the old man and been
Yeah.
like, is Andreas winning again?
I think he feels better now. He has a lot of issues to work out, Celeste.
She looks like a very old man right now, but she just sounds like herself.
Oh,
still.
right.
And she has no like means to change her voice, so she's like, "This is what are you talking about? This is my old man voice."
Oh,
And it sounds exactly the same.
hey, Celeste.
Hey,
I think
But you look different.
Yeah,
thanks. I got my hair cut.
Oh,
I need your
Yeah.
skincare routine. It looks amazing.
I got into a little trouble back there, so I had to change up the look.
Yeah, I think Hoon got out. That was kind of a shit show, guys.
I think the
I
box
think
is
we
fine,
did
though.
pretty well.
Yeah.
Andreas won his fight, and
Yep,
we didn't get
I-
arrested.
I want to fight.
I
Feels
think they're
good.
gonna be for me though in the future. Maybe I should have done the reversal of this. Do you know what I mean?
Started as an old man and became yourself. Yeah,
I
that's a
think
good
so.
call.
Yeah,
Maybe in the future I won't fight random civilians. I think we can all learn something from this one.
absolutely.
learning
There's no
experience.
failure. Exactly.
Yeah.
There's only learning. I wonder where Hoon is.
And as you say that, the camera pans and goes to the sky and goes to the academy. You park the carriage and Sunny comes out and just like nonchalantly, like with the box underneath his armpit, he struts all the way and leads you to the main building of the. It's a whole campus. You see that there is kind of like a park, kind of like set up there with benches and trees. But definitely several buildings dedicated to different forms of study. You've went to this, like you've been here before with Bayani and like meeting up with Celeste at some point. and even like taking the first job that you all did together. You've been to this building before, walking. Um, you're just seeing Sunny leading the charge where you assume is where Dr. Sika is, the man who hired Mr. Fish to get you to this job for him.
Right.
So what's whom doing?
I'm keeping my guard up. Uh, I don't know if I should do a couple perception checks or whatever, but I'm just very much attempting to stay in tune with like any noises that I'm hearing, any off sense.
If you want to make one perception check to kind of like give like more of a general sense of the area, feel free to do so.
23.
Jesus, I just can't with you, buddy.
I think Hoon's the main character, y'all.
I like how he's actually doing work while we're twiddling our thumbs
Yeah.
back in the city.
Like, you
Hey,
just wanna go
it's
get
Dad.
ramen?
It's Daddy.
Oh my god.
As you go through this, so you're looking around with that 23. You see maybe two students across the way. They look at you, and as soon as they clock Sunny, you notice them heading to the front gate. And with your experience with magic, you notice that they're kind of like doing some form of enchantment to mask your presence in this space. You're not sure whether this was one of Sikat's men who are expecting you, but yeah, you're safe to infer that like pretty much like they are working with you to be able to get this job done.
Right. Okay. Just to cover some bases, I have blind sight out to 30 feet, so I just want to make sure if anything's invisible, at the very least within 30 feet, that I am like clocking that, just like making like truly all sense of perception is up. I don't trust anything going on right now.
Nothing invisible, but because you have blind sense in 30 feet, you definitely clock like there are hushed tones in different rooms. This is the academy. There's a lot of research going on. It is not as empty as you would have hoped, the academy, but definitely if you needed to hide something, it's possible still.
Okay. Sunny, where are you leading me?
The doctor's gonna pay us, so box doctor. Yeah. And he swigs again in his from his like flask, and he just like does like a kind of like a shake.
Oh, all right. Just keep going. Just keep going.
And he just like he walks backwards while looking at you, and just like turns around and leads you to the doctor. Question to the group: are you guys heading to the academy now to see whether?
Yeah, but we got ice cream on the way.
Okay, so
And boba.
okay,
Yes.
so it's gonna take you guys a while. Hoon, you get to this door. It's a familiar door. It's a familiar office. The last time you were here was when Gomer Perron hired you to retrieve a endangered bird that they were keeping captive and researching.
So this is Gomer's office.
Yeah, but as you open the door, no Gomer. This doctor who like is in front of you right now, from this like old, stern, um very strict looking person that you're used to, Dr. Sikat is a very not young, but like definitely in his late 40s. He has graying hair on the sides of his head. You see it slicked back and well groomed with some form of pomade to hold his hair back. You see that he wears a navy blue jacket, not different from Gomer before, with a purple scarf instead of a red scarf that you're used to seeing with most of like the students or researchers of the academy. You also notice that he's wearing a sort of pin with a sun with five rays, kind of like five rays on it, rather than what Gomer used to wear with four. Um, so, just open my notes. Okay. You see him as Sunny opens the door. He looks back at you. The fire is flickering at the fireplace. You see him. You also notice at the side of the room there was kind of like a form of like a mask and kind of like a cloak, looking like he must have wanted to go to the parade, but he decided not to. This would have been his costume. You see a bunch of like pages lying around, which is completely different. Gomer used to have his office very neat, very tidy. The only thing that was messy in the room was his kind of like a whiteboard, kind of like a cork board of different sightings of different animals and different creatures that have been presumed extinct or mythical. And you see the map of Kandigan is also gone. And you just see a bunch of like paper strewn around. And this man turns around and is like, "Oh, it's very nice to see you. Your name, please?"
Mm.
Well, Hoon, I assume that you were approached by Mr. Fish to accompany Sunny here. And Sunny just plops the box on the table and just like sits on a chair, puts his feet up on the table. Well, their feet on the
Unfortunately.
table. I appreciate your assistance. I was assuming that he had a whole squad or group to help Sunny out.
Oh, there was.
Oh. Um, where where might there where might they be?
I'll be sending sort of the money back to their families.
Oh, well, fantastic. Well, he opens a drawer and has like an envelope, and it's pretty thick. He hands you one. He takes another one that's a little smaller, a little thinner, and hands it to Sunny. Um, and Sunny is like, "Nice doing business," and he just disapparates again. And it's just the two of you. That one is a weird one, but again, thank you for helping us. This means a lot more than what I'm paying you, so if there's anything that I can do for you, please let me know. And he just hands you the envelope. And it's about this time where, like, you know, it took you a while to get there. Um, like you had to like shake them off. The group took more of a direct approach, and you guys like convene. Um, they're on the grounds. They were pointed over by the two people that were waiting, that were trying to enchant people away from you guys. Um, and you guys get to the office, and Hoon there holding an envelope, with a thick envelope, which what you assumes is the money in it. Um, and all of you now see Dr. Seacut. He also has like he kind of has like a 5 o'clock shadow on him, with like rather deep eye bags. He looks quite tired as well. So yeah, you guys reconvene. Yes.
Once we're like out of the ruckus and probably in a safer area, she's gonna turn back into herself, but no fox ears and no tail or claws. Because usually she does like a halfway point of like half human, half fox. But to be
Yeah.
like more covert, she has changed herself fully into human.
Fantastic. Gotcha. Okay.
Hey Hoon, I got you a lychee green tea. I don't know what you like, so I just got what I like. So, Dr. Gomer, I also got you a rose. You're not Dr. Gomer.
Yes, Dr. Gomer. Well, he left for research.
Insight check.
I was just gonna say
Insight
insight check.
Okay.
There are two wolves inside of us.
Yeah, Andres is like, what?
Natural 20.
Natural 20 on an insight check. Okay. What's the total?
26.
Fantastic.
Disgusting.
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 Your insight check definitely clocks that he is not telling you the truth about Dr. Go. He's been here 2 weeks. Maybe he seems truthful that like, oh, Gomer might be doing research, but he's definitely lying, saying that like he knows where he is. He actually doesn't know where Dr. Gomer is. Definitely you have this air from that natural 20 that this his transfer and him being in this position was a little bit forceful, rather than like, oh, we just needed a person to head over, like head the academy for a bit.
The academy forced Seacut to as like a replacement for Gomer. It's sort of seeming.
More so that Seacut had contacts and he forced himself
Okay.
into the position. And Gomer may or may not be on this trip that he's saying. But definitely... Yes. What's the question?
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead. Finish.
Oh,
it.
Gomer might have gone on this trip against his will.
Okay.
Is Zekat wearing the same kind of robes as Gomer?
Seacut, similar robes, but you notice that the star, like the sun pin that he's wearing has 5 rays rather than 4, which what Gomer used to. This is the first time you've seen 5. A lot of the times that you've been to the academy, you've seen 4 rays, and if they didn't have the pin, that means they were students. Yes, Stella.
So we noticed what's missing from what Gomer used to have in here. Do we see anything new in here?
Make me an investigation check.
Okay, I can do that. +3. Oh, that's gonna be 22.
Okay, with the 22, you notice, that's fucking high. You notice that there is a lot of anatomy books. There is a lot of um medical records that are there. You can't clock specific names, but you have definitely noticed that like the header of some of the documents are from the hospital, um, from not the walled city hospital, but from the slums, actually. Um, you also have noticed um, a map of the city rather than a map of the whole country. And there are points there, um, mostly in the slums, but also some in the walled city, with red pins in them. You're not sure what they mean, but definitely it's spots of importance. One of which you notice is behind the night house, near the dorm that you near the dorm that you specifically stay at, Moon.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. Can I commit the location of the pins to memory, or at least get like their vague whereabouts?
Roll me intelligence check, DC of let's say 11,
Okay.
to be able to like, okay, I have it in memory.
Okay. That's like not a high DC, but Moon is not very bright. Okay, that's a 16.
Okay, with a 16, you immediately clock it. Your roguish instincts tell you, okay, these are the spots. If I can't get the actual point, I can definitely like triangulate where they're gonna be. So,
Okay.
you definitely know that there are 3 spots northern slums, two in like the eastern slums, and southern slums there is about 4. You know that also that in the walled city, um, downtown there is 1, and then by the night house there is 1, and by the eastern gate there is also 1.
I am so big brain. I all of these. Dang, Stella would not be able to memorize any of that.
What
Okay.
was the first one? You said one by something, then the Night House and the Eastern Gate. What was the first one?
Downtown.
Downtown.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Okay.
Cool. So you see that. You also noticed, instead of like uh like books about animals, there are, instead of like a library of books about animals, there are now jars of kind of like baby body parts. You're not sure about the anatomy because they're in like kind of like pickling jars. Um, yeah.
Okay. Uh, you see Moon is currently holding some ice cream and just wandering around and just like looking at the books. Eyes just kind of sliding around and perceiving this and that. Um, while they're talking, can I do one more thing?
Sure.
I try to steal one of the hospital records.
Make me a sleight of hand check. While you're doing
Okay.
that,
And
Hoon,
brain.
you're a doctor. You see like the medical stuff. Give me a medicine check.
Hell yeah. Um, 17.
17. These are much. You see a pair of lungs from um what you might think is either half orc or orcish. You see a liver that by the size of it is a gnome size, maybe goblin. It's one of the two. Um and you see also pickling, by the size of it, it's either a very well endowed human or also orc testicle.
So, so you're the new guy here. This is your office now.
Yes, I took over.
Oh,
I took over Dr. Perron's um duties
You-
here, yes.
You changed everything.
Well, we study different things. He studies
I like
different.
the picture books of all the animals and stuff and all the birds.
Yes, I
Are you
understand it.
eating these things? Are
Oh,
you?
no, no, of course not. I make sure I know what the chemicals react to certain body parts and certain
Oh, I'm
anatomy.
so rude of me as I give him the rose milk tea. I was wondering if this is supposed to be for Doctor Gomer, but if you want it,
Oh,
you can have this.
I am, I am good. Thank you.
I was hoping you'd say no, as I just go ahead and just start working on that one. So we did it, guys. Hoon, nice. Was
I'm gonna
everything
give you.
okay?
I'm gonna give you the fat stack of the money. I just give it to you. Dr. Sukat,
Yes.
I'm I'm very interested in getting to sort of know you and your exploits a bit more as we're in town. I I know that
Are you a medicine man?
I'm a physician.
Oh, it's nice to meet somebody of such caliber from who does not tend to be a regular here in the. I tend to know almost everybody here.
We are trying to sort of work our way up into favorable information
Oh,
due to our village. I look at Bayani.
And then you look over at me, and I'm like Celeste, just spit the tapioca ball out of your mouth. I'm gonna catch it. It's just gonna be like a whole thing. Just spit
Catch
it. Just
it.
okay.
Catch it in your mouth.
I mean, I do this all the time back at my village. Never mind.
No, I think maybe later. Uh, we can bond over this later.
During that whole thing, who has insight check passive insight of 15 and above?
16.
You
Ooh.
notice that calling attention to Celeste, Sika looks at Celeste's arm
Ooh.
I'm gonna
with a little bit of
just
interest.
I'm just gonna like very casually move to it's essentially stand in front of Celeste, but
To, like,
I'm
cover,
gonna make
yeah.
it seem like I'm just like looking at like books or something.
Okay.
I think unconsciously too, whether she knew somebody was looking or not, it's one of those unconscious like pulls the cloak over her arm closer. Whether she realizes people are looking, it's like a conscious, like everyone's always looking at it all
I'll
the
allow it.
time.
I'll allow it. Yeah.
I'm gonna point
Andre,
out the testicles. Oh, sorry. Go for it.
Andres is just gonna he's just gonna keep looking. He's staring at the clothes more than anything because he's been trying to figure out for years how like the academy's like who their like tailor is. So he's basically just like while everybody's like trying to figure out what's going on in the room, he's just like, is that like a silk or like a like what's
Oh.
going on over there?
Velvet.
Velvet, Gomer never told me. And then he's gonna go to touch it, and
Oh,
he's gonna like.
he offers his arm, like he offers his arm so you can actually touch the fabric.
Okay, he's gonna like really touch the fabric, and while he's doing that, he's gonna try to feel for muscles on this guy.
Ooh. Andres, how does that feel?
Grope.
Um,
Just grope this guy.
Yeah, he's just groping him.
He doesn't have much muscles, but as you do that, he grabs your arm. Is like, oh, this looks like a wonderful kind of fabric as well. Your tailor is.
Yeah, I've got a really good tailor. Yeah, it's custom made by people back in my home city over not too far away. Yeah, what is this one? And then he's gonna poke at the pin a little bit, and he's like, I've seen 4 pins, 4 points. I've never seen a 5 pin, like a 5-point thing.
Well, this just indicates status.
Oh, status.
Yes, it's a little hard to explain. But in due time, maybe. I believe you guys are familiar. And he goes to a drawer And he takes out like a file. It's like, you've done work for Gomer before. I assume just I assume from your um comfort with him being
Yeah,
first
we
name
love him.
basis. Um yes, well uh if any case, would you mind doing more work? Maybe in the future. I can definitely see um having use for such individuals.
Oh,
I democratically look at the group.
I promise nothing illegal. There,
so this was illegal.
unfortunately, there was just a mighty need for this item. And if we missed our chance, then we would have missed an amazing opportunity to save lives.
Well, can you tell
May-
us what's in the box then?
May we know the partial nature of
Well-
this, seeing as we risked almost arrest at the very least.
Well, definitely, you're a physician. There are limitations. What medicine can do, from alchemy to physical therapy and even the divine.
Right.
And sometimes we have to go beyond that to be able to save lives. And here at our academy, we try as much as possible, if not to keep it in line, but to do what we can to better the lives of the people that we look over.
Right.
Real quick question: what was your sleight of hand again?
I rolled an 18.
With an 18, okay. You definitely grab like a file. Without looking at it, I'll explain to you what. If you once you look at it, I'll explain to you what.
So
Mhm.
fucking happy, Stella. God bless.
Yeah.
Yes. So Moon is kind of like backing up a little, just kind of like waving their hand around that has the ice cream. It's definitely melting all the way down their
Yeah.
arm and like just kind of smeared on their face a bit. And they say over to Bayani, well, if Celeste won't play the boba game with you, I'd be more than happy to. And with the other hand, she's actually sliding some of the hospital records like into the back of her shirt and tucking it into her pants and pulling her shirt down over it.
Yeah,
As
you
you
can
do that
easily
too,
do that.
Celeste.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Celeste is like, it's not that I don't want to play the game. It's that we're in an office.
I mean, look at Moon. They're dripping like the ice cream
Oh.
everywhere on the carpet. That's wasteful.
Yeah, you're getting it on your clothes. That's not
Oh,
very good.
Oh,
and
that's-
she's just like licking herself. And,
Can I help?
I understand.
oh yeah, help me! I can't get my elbow.
He just says like I understand it's a night of revelry. He just like snaps his finger and all the ice cream on the ground on the carpet just disappear. He prestidigitates it with no problem, with ease.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you know a spell or two, huh?
Well, we are men of the arcane arts. So,
What's the most powerful spell you've ever cast?
oh, I just study. I don't cast much. I'm also
Still,
not a
I'm
combatant.
curious.
Oh yeah. Well, I can do this, and he's gonna. Andres is gonna cast thaumaturgy to open or close the door, whichever one
yeah,
it is right now.
There are windows behind him.
Yeah. Can he do just back and forth? Be like, huh?
Very, very impressive.
Like 10 p.m.
Push, 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 push.
Dr. Secot, was it?
Yes.
So, we did a mission for Dr. Gomer a few weeks back, and
Yes.
we just want to make sure that what we did for him, that the other doctors here at the Nara Academy have gotten word of our help, our
Ye-
assistance in this matter.
This file that he took out earlier, he lays it down. He's like, yes, there is already an initial commendation. But seeing as he is no longer within his position right now,
Did you fire him?
no. He just found an important project that he needed part
And
of.
he didn't ask us for help?
Well, unfortunately, it brought him
How we were
farther,
friends.
farther deep in the lands of Kundig. I think he was doing you a favor by not uprooting your life from the city. Of course, we're not really sure where you're from, but he didn't want to burden you with anything.
Yeah, he didn't want to burden you with anything. This is a nice city. You should enjoy the city. It's a good city.
We're
It's
not
a wonderful city.
such
I-
intelligent folk. It makes sense.
I really don't like this city that much.
That's a shame.
It is quite a shame, but again,
So, Doctor,
Well-
can we just hear more about what you want us to do?
well,
And then we'll decide if we want to take it or not?
it
This is
seems
a later
that
thing, wasn't it?
yes. Right now, there is not. There are things, but I need to pinpoint certain aspects of this project that I need on. If you don't mind, I do have a means of contacting. I would love to maybe reconvene about this, and I might be able to get you an invitation to the banquet, the sponsors banquet, happening a week from now.
Food?
What's
Food?
the catch?
Yes.
A banquet?
Yes. The catch? No catch. Just you scratch my back, I scratch yours.
So
Hmm.
this is like an IOU situation.
Maybe.
Now, these sponsors,
party.
would there be some sort of money people there? Maybe perhaps like somebody who would like manage people sports wise?
I'm not quite sure, but definitely people full of power and money are definitely. We tend to hold this banquet to further our research by requesting donations from some of the upper class here in the city and some people from overseas as well.
So, the Nara Academy is hosting this banquet.
Yes. Yes.
Is it just eating? Like, is it all you can eat, or is there more to this banquet? Or
Yes. Eating. The thing is, if it seems that you were looking for commendations, I can give you this commendation, but whatever you need for your research, I might not be able to provide for you monetarily. So, speaking to someone who might care about your personal plight at this party might be able to fund you with your research and your group to be able to do what you need to do. Apart from giving you access to academy, because that I can give you right now. But again, research costs money, and I think you know how hard it is to earn quite the amount.
Well, I can't speak for anyone else, but I personally will do literally anything if you just say, write a slip of paper that says I have a job. I kind of have to prove to somebody that, not just hanging out.
He flips. Oh, I assume you're Moon?
Yes?
You're a member of the Night House, yes. I can definitely send word to Miss Lansangan about your employment under my watch, and whatever it is that you need from her is definitely going to be taken care of.
Oh,
Could you
all
send
right.
their participation form?
What was that?
It was a joke. Could you
Oh.
sign the Moon's participation
Oh,
Yeah,
form?
Moon's
just pulls pulls a paper out. It says participated, and then it's like signed by Guardian or like an adult supervision and just like, can you put your name on the dotted line?
But yeah, like he then says that. Um.
So just to make one thing clear here, Doctor, there's gonna be other people of academia here at this banquet
Yes.
because, while I do appreciate the library and the vast amount of knowledge that you've bestowed upon me and Hoon, we haven't really found what we've been looking for. So, okay, so just a banquet, just eating, that's it, and maybe just simple conversation with other bright individuals.
Yes. Simple conversation with bright individual.
What's the dress code?
Well,
Yeah, what's the dress code?
Because
it's-
Andres would really like to know the dress code.
Yeah,
well,
Because
That's a
he
great
only,
point
he
by
only wears
Ani.
clothes of a certain thread.
well,
exactly.
it is going to be black tie. So, if you could come with your wearing your best.
Can we bring a +1?
Let me come back to you, as we still need to see whether or not I can get.
Who are you inviting?
Don't worry about it. You know, you have people, Hoon. I have people.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be spending time with them at the banquet.
When this happens, I kind of do a side panel. That doesn't work, by the way, but they do a side panel to Moon. And I'm like, did I like miss something, or are they okay?
I look so hurt.
I'll explain
crushed.
later. And like Moon reaches over and is like eating your boba like popcorn, eyes
My
wide,
top.
watching.
She's done the thing
Nice.
where you like break open the top, like the plastic. She's like circled it so it's like open and all, and I just see your hand reaching. But oh yeah, no, just you get at that for sure. I wasn't gonna eat that.
Well, again, if anything, give me a day or two. I'll call on you, maybe a favor, and if everything goes well, we can get you into the banquet to get you.
Doctor,
Alright.
I know that you're giving us a lot here, but I was just wondering if you can just give us one accommodation now. Something that you might not have considered. We all sleep in different places. Is there a place for us to stay here under one roof?
Well, there is the dorms, but again, that's still separate.
I mean, I could see if the lady has any room for you guys with me.
I mean, I don't take up a lot of room there, Celeste.
No, yeah, I know.
Do you
And she kind of
own-
side eyes Hoon. I think that's not really what
He
I'm
then-
worried about.
He then asks, like, do you all need accommodation?
Well,
Oh, not all of us. Some of us have lived here for, a while, and
I can always find them at some point.
I mean,
yeah, exactly.
I'll
We
talk-
can-
I'll talk to the lady. Don't worry, you guys. I'll
If
talk to
anything,
the lady.
exactly. We can probably, and he takes out notes and he says, Miss Celeste.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I don't think it would be hard to get maybe 2 separate rooms in the same dormitory. But that's all I can.
Mhm.
Yeah, Doc, now let's say, hypothetically, that I was seen assisting in this situation, and a guard may have my likeness in their mind. Is that gonna be like an issue
Well,
going forward?
I do have the
Hoon,
pulse
don't
of
look at me like that.
of the guards. So if we need to clear something, then we will do so.
To be fair,
Insight
there's
check?
no evidence. per se. I just got a little. I got noticed a little bit.
What's the roll me that insight check, Moon?
Insight check.
What are you trying to ascertain from this? Insight?
Listen, I am very curious to know if someone's got guards in their pockets. I need to know this information. Try to like more or less feel out the relationship between the guards
And
and
him?
the doctor.
Sure.
Yeah. That's an 18.
With an 18, the way he says it doesn't mean that he has somebody inside, but he definitely has people listening to the guards. So if somebody says something, he'll have somebody take care of it. Is
Okay.
what you kind of garner from.
And hypothetically speaking, if I had put somebody in the hospital, we'd be able to make sure that they're okay, right? You would be able to like help them. You are a doctor after all,
Oh
right?
yes, of course. He touches your shoulder and is like, yes, definitely. And he kind of gives it a squeeze and kind of like looks like, yes, definitely. And he looks at all of you.
Yeah, he's gonna like be like, all right, not on the. This is a nice. All
Oh,
right.
I am so sorry.
This-
And he says, "Is there anything else that I can?"
I think our group we should probably head for a night's sleep by now. Get our thoughts collected.
Yeah.
In mentioning that, he takes a kind of like a slip of paper with like a header from the academy. He writes down something. What you can garner is like, I am allowing like free use of room and board for like these two individuals. And he hands you the slip of paper for you to show the dead mother of the dormitory to let you guys in.
But all letterhead.
As we're leaving and we're like out of the office, Moon
Yeah.
will say, I would like to have a conversation with everyone. I want to introduce you to a concept called plausible deniability and add a word to your vocabulary called allegedly.
I would also
know
like to have a
that's, like-
conversation with all of you.
That was like the hypothetical thing, and she hands over the rest of her boba cup to Stella
Yeah,
as they're talking.
Yeah, Moon immediately shuts up and just starts guzzling the boba.
Right, I
you-
said hypothetically.
Yeah, when
As
we
you
covered our
guys
asses.
start guzzling the boba, walking away from the office, and heading to where you guys have to go, we are going to take a break. I think that's a good spot to kind of like get a stretch, refill water, you can go bio break. To everybody who's still in the chat, you guys are amazing. Thank you again to Inway for that card draw. That was fun. That was amazing. And yeah, while you guys wait, if you guys want to check out other things from our social media, like announcements on again that vampire game, if you guys want to be a part of that, you can check that out. And we will be back shortly. And welcome back. Oh yeah. Howdy everybody. Hopefully you guys took the opportunity to have a little bit of stretch, grab some water, rehydrate. I know I did. I know most of us did. And yeah. Let's all enjoy together as we continue. Last we left off, the party leaves this new doctor that has replaced one of their old contacts from the Nara Academy. And now we see the five of our heroes walking out. Are you guys heading to the dorms or what's up?
Are we just? I think we're just gonna keep walking around.
Yeah, because
or,
you gave
or
us
like find a
two-
place.
You give us 2 passes for the dorms. Is it just for like? So I just thought that meant for like 2 people only. So I
Like
thought
you'll
there was
get
no use to
two
it.
like you'll get 2 rooms at the dorm.
Ah,
But like if
I
you
see.
guys want to like
Understand.
visit at the dorm, as long as you're out of there by midnight, it's fine. There's like
Somebody
a kind
can
of like
also
curfew.
like stay in my room as well if like we had to smush up as well.
Mhm.
We also all have 20,000 real more,
Additional,
right?
yes. Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's split 5 ways, right?
Hmm.
that's already split. Okay.
So if it depends on how you guys want to split it. I will let you guys do your thing. You guys mentioned during the break that you guys. Oh, go ahead.
It's 20,000 split between all of us. Is that how it was? Okay.
So,
So
is
we
it
could just
4K
do
or
the-
20K?
We could just do the.
So basically 8K each if Undress is gonna give you guys the 20 earlier.
Oh.
LOL.
That's up to
Oh.
No,
that's up to
No, he's
Undress.
not.
We
No,
don't
he's
know about
not.
that.
Yeah, we don't know about that.
No.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys get four
No.
grand each. That's cool.
Okay.
You guys, there's a lot of like food stalls that are still open during the night on the way to the dormitories. So like, if you guys want to like tell me what you guys get, describe what you guys grab along the way, and I'll let you guys have it. I'm gonna do the lazy DM thing of just sitting here, letting you guys do it.
Moon sprints so that they're the first one to the food stalls and will buy what appears to be a it's basically an ice snack that has shaved ice. In the very bottom there is a very light cream, and you can see that there is a ball mass of sweet red beans, and they're very sticky. And on the top of this is a number of very small cubed bits of fruit, and there is like cream, even more cream just slathered on top. And instead of using a spoon, you see Moon like walking away from the stall as the attendant's trying to hand a spoon to Moon, and Moon is just literally like face into it, just eating out of the bowl.
As a changeling, are you changing the shape of your face to better scoop the food?
Yes.
Because you can.
I can.
Aarakocra.
Oh my god. Yeah, you see Moon's face, like, they are still, like, partially the purple tiefling with the horns swept back. You see that their mouth kind of, like, turns to just, like, a frog mouth and just starts, like, shoveling it in.
Fantastic. Anybody else grabbing something for the road?
Yeah, so Les is gonna grab like a bag of tteokbokki, which is like the chewy rice cakes and like a
Yeah.
chili paste sauce soup, and like just a bag of it because it's one of those things where she's like, no, I'm gonna take it out with me. So they're like, oh, okay. And they wrap up the bag and she kind of holds it, and then she sees out of the corner of her eye some hotdog, which is like almost a pancake with like caramelized peanuts and like brown sugar on the inside, and she gets one for everybody, and then she looks back at them and then gets 2 for Moon and 2 for Bayani, and then 1 for everyone else. And so that's what she kind of gathers up, and she holds on to it for now because she's like, these are not going to survive if I give them out right now, so I'm going to wait till we get home or wherever we stop off.
Bayani's gonna go ahead and get ingredients for kare kare, which is a Filipino peanut butter meat stew. So I'm gonna get some bok choy, some eggplant, some string beans, oxtail. I already have garlic and onions. And I'm gonna be kind of allured by like a nice walk, like a nice walk that they have for sale. And I'm gonna look over to Hoon. Hoon, I already have one. Can I just like get another, or is that like
Yep. What?
the walk? Look at this walk. It's so nice.
Yeah.
But I already have one.
Go get it.
Okay.
Do you want me to pay for it?
Yeah.
Okay, here you go.
Cool.
Are we
Thanks.
okay?
I don't know what you're talking about, but yeah. But
Alright.
I don't know where I'm gonna cook this, so just I have ingredients for later tonight or in the morning. Don't know. But yeah.
I'll figure something out for you.
Oh.
Boone and Andres, do you guys go to a stall or something?
Andres really wants to get some comfort food right now for himself, and he's gonna just get some nice isao right now. Just some
Yeah.
basically just chicken intestines on like just a grilled chicken intestine. It's like it's nothing too like it's just something simple that he used to have as a kid. So like
Yeah.
when he goes to bite into it, he just remembers a little bit of a simpler time being a kid, going to the fights and just having a little stick of grilled chicken intestines.
Where's the
Yeah.
fishbowl?
I
Yeah.
could have gotten fish balls. Yeah, I'll
I
get
mean,
fish balls too.
Yeah, like
a double
like,
fist.
You see the next to the grill, there is this kind of like wok kind of thing that has like that's filled not to the brim with oil, and you see fishbowl, and you see a bunch of like sauces in front where you can just like dip whatever, and yeah, so you get that. Food. Are you getting anything for the road?
We're gonna triple fist is what we're doing.
Okay.
After all of this, Hoon is actually just like didn't really eat a lot at the weird restaurant. Just felt very strange about that. Has no reservations about helping out small businesses. So he's gonna get a very dainty, huge crispy duck. Just has it on like a
It's on a hook.
like a big stick.
You see,
it's on a hook.
You see, like as
Yeah.
you're passing by, there's
Yeah.
definitely like the last one on a hook. You
Yeah.
grab it.
I grab a big crispy duck. I also get a big crispy mackerel, just like an entire fish. That's just fried.
Yeah.
And then I put both of those skewers into one hand, and then another hand I'm gonna get like something akin to like a popcorn bucket of chicken gizzards.
Oh yeah, like where Andres got the stuff.
Yeah.
Like his stuff.
The intestine.
Like they had to like, if you ordered it, that's when they would like fry them. So it took a while. Then you got to the fish. Then you got the chicken. I mean the duck. And then once you came back, everything. The thing about this game, we talk about food because we're Asians and it's a big part of our culture. It's the Miyazaki game with the food and shit. And as you
It's my favorite
guys
game of all time.
you guys collect everything and you head in. Celeste, you are familiar. You have the key to the dormitory. You enter and you see old lady Theodora in her rocking chair, just knitting, and by the window, just enjoying the night breeze.
She takes her shoes off before she comes in, and she bows to the lady. She's like a tendency to just call her the lady, because that's, I don't know, just her like pet name for her almost. And she bows, and as she kind of welcomes everybody in, hello, lady, my compatriots
You have friends over. So nice.
Yes. Thank you, lady.
Do they have? Do you give them the slippers? Leave them the slippers in the locker.
And she scurries to go get it and pulls out everybody a pair.
Thank you.
And as she does that, she goes back over and she kneels on one knee, and out of her pouch, she's long since ditched the wallet that
Yeah.
she had found when she was running around like a fox. But she rolls up the wad of 3,000 real and she sticks it in the lady's hand.
What's this for?
It seems that fate has smiled fondly upon us, and I thought I might share it with you today.
You don't need to. Just take it. Young lady like you can buy a new dress. Buy a new dress or a shawl.
It is
Don't-
fine. It is fine. She
I
keeps
don't
pushing
need
it back. We're going to go and rest for a while. So
Make a perception check.
okay. Oh no! Why do you do this to me?
Fantastic. Tell me you
Mia.
failed.
Mamma
My
mia.
dice, so why you do this? Why you do this?
It's me, Mario. 8 is my perception.
You don't notice, but this lady is so good. She pockets it. It goes back into your pocket. She slides
Dang
it.
it.
behind it. But you
Not
don't know.
again.
But you don't know.
Yeah,
So
me Saf distressed.
Yes.
But she kind of just nods. I think perhaps, Bayani, were you wanting to cook tonight or?
oh, you
Oh,
want to cook?
yes. Hi. I'm
Hey.
Bayani.
Yes.
Good to meet you. Yeah, I was just wondering if I can use your kitchen.
Yes, of
for,
course,
like-
of course. Do you want the inside or the dirty kitchen outside?
The dirty kitchen. I don't want to
Yes, the
ruin your
kitchen.
inside kitchen.
Yeah.
Extra
and,
flavor.
she leads you towards the dirty kitchen.
And then I'm gonna just whip up some kore kore. I have the chef feet, so my
Yeah.
food is exceptionally yummy. It'll be more
Amazing.
useful when we're like doing like long travel, but I cook better food than
Yeah, amazing. So, you cook the food. You guys sit on a dinner table. Uh, Old Lady Theodora actually sets up like kind of like a dining area, especially for you all. It seems that she has kind of clocked that you guys might need some time to discuss some things. She noticed that like, hey, you guys are adventurers. You've been here before. They know what you guys do. So, well,
Moon, so like as we come in and meet the lady for the first time, Moon would have bowed deeply from her hips as a greeting. And like when she goes to help Bayani with the kitchen, Moon like deliberately goes to whatever spot she was sitting in, and she'll like fluff up the cushions and fix the pillows and do all of that.
amazing. So yeah, you guys, this kind of like dining area has like a large family table, like circular family table. There's a lazy Susan in the middle for you to use if you and the lady, old lady Theodora actually sets up like a few plates but to the side. The night is yours. She then says, make sure, remember at midnight that your friends need to go, okay?
Lady, they actually, and then who has the paper for the stay?
Either Hoon or Bayani has the paper.
I think Bayani has it.
Oh, Bayani.
this one right here.
Oh, and she reads it. It's like, oh, okay. I'll fix up the room while you do your thing. Okay. Enjoy your
And she
food.
bows to her.
Okay,
Thank
and
you, lady.
she kind of pats your head, and gives you like a kiss on like the forehead, and it's like, oh, so such a good girl. Okay.
If anything happens to this old woman, I'm gonna burn this place down. No!
You showed
Um,
weakness.
So, she leaves the room. She fixes the two rooms. She later comes down during the whole thing and gives you guys keys for those rooms, and you guys have the floor. Yeah, what are you guys doing this evening?
Moon
Moon, do you
slides the.
give us
Oh.
your little? Do you want to give us your little presentation? What were you saying?
Yeah, I have acquired something that might be of interest to you, Hoon. but Celeste, I tried my best to not eat all of it, but she hands the rest of the patbingsu to you, and it's mostly just ice now. All the good parts
slobber.
have been eaten.
Yeah.
And after she slides that out of the way, she reaches back and pulls out the hospital records that she's stolen, and she kind of splays them out around Hoon, basically. I swiped these off the desk back in the doctor's office. I found that there was a number of strange locations marked on that map. I don't know what it's for, but you're a doctor, right? You said you're a physician?
Yeah. Good catch.
This is a felony.
Yeah, it's
Plausible
illegal.
deniability. No, I wasn't caught, so it's fine.
I should say something that the guy was fishy. There's something wrong with him, right?
Yeah.
We're all sort of.
Yeah, the velvet wasn't
Yeah.
as good as Gomer's. It wasn't as good.
Yeah, he's
Bad quality.
stinks.
That being said, he forced himself into that position and forced Gomer potentially out of it and sent him on a trip not of his own will. So I'm thinking, just depending on what we all want to do while we're together, is if we keep taking jobs from him, uncovering a little bit more of this mystery of who this piece of shit is. Good job, Moon.
I hand out all
Moon-
the food that I've been saving, by the way, to people, and she puts the 2 out for Bayani and Moon.
When you say good job, Moon immediately like looks away from you, and she begins to blush a little, and she begins to just stuff food into her mouth without looking back up at you.
Can I do some kind of check over these medical records?
Ooh.
Over the records that you grabbed?
Yeah.
Yeah. Make a. It's up to you if you want to do an investigation check or a medicine check.
Medicine.
cool.
Absolutely medicine. I'm gonna guide myself. Let me. Guidance is verbal and somatic, so there's just sort of like a small draconic prayer and sort of a hand motion that essentially just like it's like a hand to the chest that sort of spreads magically, like, and sort of suffuses inside of my robe. And then that will be a 24.
24.
Nice.
Fantastic. So with a 24, what you can garner from this what do you call this? These medical records is basically this is a medical record of an unknown male in their late 20s, about 28, muscular features, very healthy, no medical anomalies where like there's no form of like tumors or anything. Pretty like a good bit of health, pretty much. This also has an address attached to it in the eastern slums. You also notice with the 24 kind of like trauma wounds of pretty much puncture wound on the neck and on the abdomen. You know that this is death records, pretty much like an autopsy. It says that this individual was drained of blood. Some of the intestines were also, some of the kind of like the torso, like general torso organs were also missing upon arrival at the academy when they did the autopsy. Notably, the liver was missing. The
The
small
balls.
no, the balls were not there. The
Okay.
the
The
small
balls.
small intestine was missing. The stomach was missing. The spleen was missing. And also you notice that all the heart was half, like the half of the heart was missing as well. There were kind of like struggle marks. There are signs of struggle on the wrists, on the neck, and on the left leg. And that's about it.
It's really out of character. It's so funny because I was even like, okay, I have perception, I have blind sight. I do also have eyes of the grave to see if there's undead around, but I didn't do that at the time. Can I go into sort of like my mind palace and just be like, is this something anyone can just do to a person? Is this a monster? Is this something fathomably Dr. Seacat maybe could have done?
Make me either a nature or arcana check, whichever. You could also
we'll do nature.
you could also use probably survival at disadvantage if you want, just because it might actually fall under that as well. If you think that it might be.
My mask allows me an advantage on survival checks made to track a person. So, but I don't know if that would
You're
specifically
not
be...
necessarily tracking a person, but you're garnering natural information that you might know during travels. You know.
Okay, I want to do survival at disadvantage.
Okay.
Oh. Okay, that's gonna be that's a 9.
A 9? What did you get on the roll?
I got a 2 on the die,
Okay.
1 guidance, and I have a +6 to survival.
I just asked because of, again, hero points. Remember to keep track of your natural ones. With a 9, could be a monster. Man, if you had Dr. Perron around, he would have given you an idea of what could have done this.
Oh, Gomi.
Best friend Gomi would have been a huge help.
As a side note, like while Hoon is poring over these documents, Celeste very strategically has withheld one of the hotoks and gently slides it over to Bayani. And as she does, she goes, "So I heard you guys have research you're wanting to do. What is that about?"
And as Celeste does that, I'm gonna look over at the food that was just offered, look back up at Celeste, and I'm gonna just, because I've been eating this entire time, Bayani's just gonna let out like nice, big, boisterous burp in her face. So I cannot think right now, Celeste. I don't know what Hoon's doing. We'll talk about this another time.
Her fox ears like sprout out of her head as that happens, and they twitch, and then they kind of like set backwards.
Give this boy some Pepto. He did digestion.
Are you gonna eat that?
No, you can have it.
Bayani, you're getting a
Boom.
little bit older. You got to start thinking about how you balance your diet.
You
As you get older,
know,
you got to start thinking about these
it
things if you
goes
want to
to
keep
my
your
toes.
muscles
It
met.
goes to my toes. It goes to my calves. You need to watch what you're eating, Andres. Okay,
What
I
is
saw
that
you were
supposed to
getting.
mean?
You know exactly what it means. Hoon, what did you find? What is going on? We're eating dinner and you're like perusing these gross ass documents. What's going?
Just light reading over dinner.
Some light reading of it,
Well,
dinner, yes.
I'm not sure if this is a great dinner conversation, but for some reason the fucker had autopsies of residents of the slums. This guy specifically was from the east. He was
Maybe.
exsanguinated.
I said what?
His drained of his blood and organs are missing also.
Moon,
Like a
with your
vampire.
mental, like seeing the address on the paper and your mental note on the map, that's one of the locations marked.
Maybe doctor. He was like a home doctor, and maybe this guy just died like really badly, and just had his old records from his previous position.
Is there a
It's-
date on these records?
Yeah. It was like last week.
It was last week. Okay. This happened. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
This happened last week. The doctor has only been here for 2.
Can I make a history check to see if there's anything that I know as
Oh, yeah.
somebody who grew up in this area? Like if there's any like rumors
shit.
I've heard
Yeah.
growing up
Yeah.
or like
Give me
boogeyman or something like that?
do it at advantage.
Okay.
Cute.
I have a +1 to history, so not too much, but first one's a 2. Second one's a nat 20.
Yeah, let's go.
It's not uncommon to have creatures of the night pose as citizens of Hesperia. There was probably 5 years ago. There was a few like instances of Dana about like maybe they found like 3 of these Chana in the slums that were a problem, but you know that they will eat flesh, but it's always messy, it's not methodic. You also know maybe 2 other creatures that might have done this because of that natural 20. It could be a tik-tik or a manananggal.
Okay. So there's been some stuff that's happened in the past. We've definitely had some demon children pop up here and there. Some stuff like this has happened in the past. It usually just kind of dies out. We usually get it all sorted out. The guards take care of it. It's really nothing.
Another thing that you remember, the manananggal from the last time, about like 5 years ago. They salted the lower half, and people watched in the morning this thing burn in the sun.
Oh yeah, there was that one thing where we kind of burned a manananggal like straight up in the middle of the sunlight, which is, it's kind of like a vampire creature. It's like,
Oh my goodness.
yeah, that was like one time, but we took care of it. So I'm sure that whatever the Nara Academy is doing is probably something like this, some sort of investigation into this stuff. I wouldn't really worry about it too much, right? It's probably research for the greater good, right? He seemed like a
What greater good?
Yeah, not worry about it. I'm gonna immediately do an Eyes of the Grave. So within a 60-foot sort of like range, I want to know what Eyes of the Grave does. Essentially, is I get to know the location of any undead within 60 feet of me that isn't behind total cover and not protected from divination magic, just in case.
You're good. In this house, the people you're
Yeah.
with, good. At some point,
Everyone,
you turn that on, and old lady Theodora comes in. She's good.
okay. Everyone, as that like wave goes over, everyone just sort of feels like a feeling reminiscent to just like suddenly realizing where you are in like a dark forest. There's like crickets, and it's just for whatever reason a very chilling silence. But then it like immediately also just goes away, and Hoon is like, it's like apparent that came from Hoon.
You good?
Look, okay, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it's not a big deal. Like maybe it is a big deal. All right, maybe if that's coming from you, listen.
Well, well, if
Yeah.
we're counting the number of red pins that were on the board, there were 12. And I think that location is just one of them.
Also, why haven't we seen anything about this, like, in the news, or why isn't it being reported? I don't understand.
Because it makes the city look bad. It's a
No,
Yeah,
public
exactly. You
trade.
need more people coming
No.
in, and
Guys, I know that. I'm asking, like, why is... she just, like, shoves a piece of duck into her mouth.
It's plausible deniability. By not bringing it up, they don't have to take ownership.
Hoon, at the end of the day, why are you concerned? We're trying to gain favor right now at the Nara Academy, and sure, this guy may seem a little weird and maybe a little psychotic, but like, we have to find the answer for our village.
I didn't know that there would be undead here.
It's the Day of the Dead. Of course, it's good. Oh, like undead.
Not specifically today. Undead creatures.
I wonder what kind of practitioner Dr. Zikat is, and if he would be able to bring any creatures as you've described.
I have my suspicions, for sure. One
And
that
also, go ahead. Go ahead.
he was talking of alchemy, of divine magic, things greater than even those two concepts. Raising the dead, summoning unearthly, ungodly things.
I wonder what he could gain from that. I mean, what is he gonna do? Frankenstein these people together?
He had all those parts.
I love that book, Celeste. That's a good
I saw
book.
I saw the Bard play. It was very good.
Yeah.
yeah, the bards do a good job with that one.
What
Yeah.
the fuck are you talking?
I'm just
It's
saying,
just
if you're
because
in
they
town
are,
and you have some
like,
time, you should.
Can we go see a show while we're here?
I mean, I don't. see
I've
why
never
not.
been to a show.
We could do a show. I'm sure. I know a couple people that probably have could do a show of some sort.
Andres, do you like stand-up comedy?
No, actually, I'm
Oh.
not really a big fan
Yeah,
of it.
I hate it too. It's just
I think because Hoon's the charisma, he's a -1. So I think it's like fairly clear that he is very intensely troubled and like upset sort of at the idea that they're not just that today specifically is a day to celebrate the dead, but there is a chance someone is dealing with the undead or like evil sorts of magic.
seeing like
I-
Hoon's disposition kind of change. Bayani's gonna kind of put down his cutlery and kind of get a little serious and kind of put a hand on Hoon's shoulder. Hoon, I have a question for you.
Is this daily questions?
Yeah. Daily questions, because I never asked you one this morning.
Okay.
are you afraid of the undead? And if so, why?
I mean, yeah, I think ever since I sort of remember, if I thought about it, if I put some control into what I was doing, I could sense any undead that was around me. Ghosts, simple skeletons, or even not that I've encountered worse than that necessarily. But I have a relationship to the I have a relationship to cheating death. And it's not something to be fooled with.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you really think about it, like, all of us here at this dining table, we all kind of cheat death every day. Um, to be alive is to not be dead. Because if I was dead, then I wouldn't be able to eat all this amazing. Can someone else say something, please? I
As
don't know where I'm going with this.
as
Yeah.
you say that, Celeste pulls over her cloak over her arm a bit more, and you're like, "We all cheat death." She's like, "Yeah, totally." Oh god.
As you guys have this conversation, you start to hear the um downpour of rain out. It's raining. Um, notice the time, about 15.
I can't leave. I can't go in the rain. I'm wearing the
You're gonna
good coat.
You're gonna wear in the good coat, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna ruin the good coat.
When we wake up, everybody. So while we wait for the Nara Academy to kind of contact us, do we want to do Moon? Do you want to show us maybe your side of the block here?
What, like, go to the night house?
I don't know. I've never been there, but I mean, Nara Academy is kind of Poon and Celeste and my side of the hood.
Oh.
Just wondering if
Well, Moon begins to like crawl over towards you and like looks you over. Do your pockets have buttons?
my
Can you
pockets have.
button them closed?
Sure. And I'll just do like the back pockets. Where...
Okay. Yeah, if we're gonna head over towards the night house, then you're gonna want to be able to close your pockets.
Yeah,
Is it
they
like really drafty in there? Or...
No, Biani. They're not very fun people at the night house. Usually they're shady individuals.
But if anything happens, you'll just beat them up, right?
Sometimes you just don't notice when they're being shady. That's what makes them shady, is that they do things and you don't notice that.
Could Moon do a thing where like they're pickpocketing Bayani while Bayani's talking to Andres right now?
Make a
totally.
sleight of hand check.
Okay.
I would say that like I have this like bamboo backpack like slung across my back right now. I have it on at all times, even when I'm like eating and stuff, and it's open. So like yeah.
Yeah, I rolled an 18.
Yeah. Your passive perception is what, Bayani?
It's 12. So yeah.
See, yeah. You beat
Yeah,
it by
so
a lot.
like Moon reaches into your bag as you're distracted by Andreas, and by the time you look back at Moon, Moon flashes it to you. What did Moon get out of your bag?
So I have like a bamboo like rucksack essentially, and it kind of has like a tube, like a tube topper, right? So it kind of opens from like the top, and then you get the contents inside, and there's like different pockets in there as well. You pulled out like a small scroll, a bamboo scroll. You kind of like unwind it, and it's blank, but you notice that there is a good amount of other scrolls inside my rucksack. And then when you show it to me, I'm gonna immediately freak out, and I'm gonna try to snatch it from you.
Yeah,
Hey,
Moon's like, so what's this for?
Yeah,
I-
you see what you just did there? Or they just did there?
yeah, I get it, Andres. Moon, I need you to put that down right now, please, and I need you to give it to me, please.
I've never seen anything like
Please.
this.
Insight check. I want to know what's going on.
Let me see. I wanna honor an insight check, but also like Bayani, what would you say is what would you like how would you say is what are they getting from you as you're panicking?
It would be akin to someone stealing like their wallet or like your phone when you're like looking at some very private texts.
Okay. Yeah, that's like the
uh,
level she's trying to ascertain of like how good is this?
There is like you haven't seen Bayani get this flustered. He definitely has a very serious, frantic, embarrassed energy as
Oh.
he's trying to get this scroll back from Moon.
Yeah, Moon doesn't seem to notice it, and you can definitely tell that Moon's energy is like very teasing and kind of like holding it out of your like grasp, your way. But as soon as like it takes a moment, she notices this and she says, "Oh, sorry, Bayani. Here you go. I was just playing. I didn't mean to."
My
do
bangs are
anything."
kind of like sideswept in front of my eyes real quick, and I grab it and I'm kind of looking down at the floor, and you just hear a small. I'm gonna put it back into the rucksack, collect my plate. I'm tired. I'm gonna go to bed. Good night, everyone. And I'm gonna slowly exit the room.
Moon's just kind of like watching him go. After he leaves, she says, I'm sorry.
Let's just decide what we're doing tomorrow. And I'm gonna.
So, with the spirits a little dampered after and midnight fast approach, what does everybody do? Again, you have 3 rooms. Unfortunately, like Celeste, you know that there are no guests allowed in the room. Because of, safety, safety of like the tenant. So what's up? What's going on? What's everybody doing?
Are they able to do like 2 and 2 people? So like Hoon and Bayani would take one room, or is it like one person per room?
One person per room.
I see.
I'll sleep outside.
Um,
It's also like really small. Like you lucked out with like a
Yeah.
bigger room, but most of the rooms, especially like the extra one, are like, like if you've ever been to like a capsule hotel, or seen
Gotcha.
pictures, like it's like these like
Good.
a bed, maybe like a few like a bit of space for like some amenities, and that's
Yeah.
it. And then you have like the
Okay.
shared bathroom.
Okay, sounds good. Once we reconcile this, Celeste is going to try to snag Hoon at the end of like however we reconcile everything.
So I want to just ask both Moon and Andres, being people who have their own places within the city, and it's not that far. It's probably like a good like 10-15 minute like trek going to your respective like houses. So yeah.
Moon will say to Andreas, "Hey, I've got this neat little trick to stay dry. If you want, I can walk you to your place."
Ooh, Andres is going to say, "You know what? Sure, I'll take you up on that. Thank you very much."
All right, bring it in here. And Moon will like sling their arm around you, and they just flourish their scarf over your head and your shoulders.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh wow,
And you're still getting
that's gonna help a lot.
wet. But
But not the feathers, right?
the feathers are fine. Yeah, the feathers are fine.
As long as the feathers are fine. That's
Um,
that's the hard place to replace. Everything else is fine.
And as you guys like head out, we're gonna resolve first, Hoon and Celeste. What do you guys?
So with them kind of leaving for the night and Bayani already upstairs, as I don't know if Hoon goes to get up or as people are kind of settling, Celeste doesn't look up from the dishes that she's about to clear, but she just stops him. Hoon,
Yeah.
I don't know what your response will be, and obviously feel free to not. But what are you and Bayani researching? He didn't want to answer earlier, and so that leads me to be more interested.
The bamboo in his village. He was born there. I only sort of very recently became a resident. The bamboo is ancestral, it is magical, it is medicinal, it provides most of sort of the resources of the village, and there is a plague that has befallen it. And the village doesn't have much, if not the bamboo. A lot of the sort of parents and able-bodied peoples went on to deal with conflicts. Long time sort of concern for us.
And out of all the people in the village, it fell to you and a child. A child at heart, I should say. I know he's an adult, but still.
Bayani's grandfather is an important figure in the village. He sort of took after Bayani, where his parents not so much in the picture. And I am indebted to Bayani's grandfather, so when Bayani honorably offered his assistance to go to seek out the Nara Academy, his grandfather asked if I would attend to him, and here I am, I suppose, just sort of a glorified bodyguard.
That is a beautiful bond to have between two friends.
Yeah.
Unless I've misunderstood you entirely.
I don't know what your whole vibe is, honestly, ever. I don't know. Is this for something, or?
I mean, and her ears kind of twitch a little bit on her head. I mean, I think I'm a curious person just in general, but I have research to do of my own. And she kind of gestures to her arm.
But that weirdo doctor sort of noticed something about your arm. I don't know if I don't think Hoon has ever, doesn't ask people what their business is. Like, it just will come up whenever it comes up. So he's just sort of like, what could someone be so interested in your arm for?
I couldn't tell you. I don't even really know how it happens. One day you're, researching the history of some kind of cave, and then the next morning you wake up and your arm is destroyed. Occupational hazard, as it were.
vibe, as it were.
Maybe we'll learn something at this gala if we get an invite. I don't like him though.
No. Not at all. Well, if anything, this can provide an opportunity for us to network amongst city folk. And as much as we are able to aid Bayani's village, that's what I'm here for, at the very least.
I too will aid you both in your desired education. I hope you would do the same for me.
We're in this now.
She kind of bows her head to Hoon and stands up and starts to gather up the dishes and pulls them together, into a pile and starts to throw out things and take care of things. I hope you rest well.
Yeah, you too. Then I will just sort of try to fit into the stairwell.
Yeah, it's a little cramped.
Oh,
You
boy.
see, old lady Tudora actually takes over Celeste to wash the dishes,
Aw.
put everything together.
I love my grandma.
She bids you good night. Let's quickly, Bayani, you're in your room. Anything?
I'm going to when I go onto the bed, I'm gonna just gently close the door, and I've recovered emotionally for the most, but I'm still a little bit flustered, kind of embarrassing. I'm gonna take off the topper of my rucksack, and just kind of spill all of my contents onto the bed, and there's random knickknacks, skyflakes, coin, real, but things that I'm trying to make sure that I have are 8 distinct scrolls, one of which Moon nabbed off me, and I'm gonna with utmost concentration, I'm gonna just keep counting each one again in my head to make sure that I have every single one. 1, 2. Close my eyes. Open them again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna take them together, bundle them tightly, and then put them back into my rucksack, tidy up the place, then head to bed.
You lay to bed. To Moon and Undress, you guys are walking in the, and it's not as bad as you expect. It's just like a slight drizzle. You guys are your trip is interrupted by a massive bumping into.
I think before that, when we're going in the rain, I know we will resolve. I think before that in the rain, Andres is just literally pointing at different stalls to Moon and being like, "Have you tried that one? That one's pretty good. That's like a squid. They do like squid over there. That's pretty good. That one over there, that one's pretty good. I like that." And then
And then poof. And you just hear like, and just like a slight growl of a wolf, with black staring at, and a flash from that slight vision you had earlier the night comes to you.
I think Moon just kind of reacts by stepping in a way where she bumps you with her hip to kind of put herself between you and the wolf, and just immediately pulls out the gun and at it.
As you pointed at, yeah. What are you doing, Andres?
I think Andres is gonna try to put up his hand to get the gun out of the way because he thinks he doesn't sense any danger. I don't know, maybe because he's like, I don't know, he's a fighter. He doesn't think about stuff like this. So he's
And
like, "Whoa, what are you doing?"
As you do that, another person says like, "Oh, yeah. A man with like quite tan skin, like messy dark hair, like kind of like drooping like wet a little bit. He's wearing sandals and kind of like torn up. You see he looks kind of worldly. Um
Oh, he looks poor.
and he's just like, "Oh wait, I'm really sorry. Hey, check. And he
It's
shows
yours?
yeah, I'm so sorry. It's just the smells of the food. It gets distracted. He bumps into people and he gets startled. He's fine. He's like a good boy, isn't he? A good boy. And you're starting to notice that this wolf is actually like, and
Uh,
um
Sorry about that.
oh no, it's fine. I am sorry. He don't you get flustered, don't you get like distracted, you little mutt, you. And he's just like scritching this wolf's fur. And you notice this man also wears kind of like a red scarf. Like, and he just looks at you. I'm so sorry again, and like your scarf.
Where'd you get yours? And like Moon hasn't put the gun away. It's just like slowly like
Yeah.
hovering questionably in the air between them.
Yeah, I think Andres still has his hand like kind of on it, but like also
Mhm.
he's also like, the hell are you doing, man? You know? So he's like he's got his hand on the gun, but like not
Yeah.
or on the arm, but not really.
Mhm.
Just like, what's
Yeah.
going on here?
It's kind of like
Very
guiding,
light.
like, yeah. And
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Just like,
and like, it's like, oh, it's a family thing. it's this old beat up thing. You see his is really dirty. It's not the same shade. It's like really beat up, but like just is like, I really like your scarf. It looks.
you
I'm
could just
sorry
put that in a
again.
bucket with water and some soap, and it'll be no problem. It'll be cleaned up, no problem, man. What are you doing?
Uh, um,
Gotta take care of your stuff.
uh, yeah, you probably right. And he starts walking again, and leaves you guys alone.
And Moon's just kind of like she's just like holding the gun and like kind of gesturing towards him with the gun as he's leaving.
I know.
I
No, I know, but you can't just look. I already put somebody in the hospital today. I feel really guilty about it. The first one definitely had it coming.
Second person.
The second guy I feel guilty about. The first guy, I don't care about him.
Okay.
This has been a strange night.
It's been a pretty strange night.
Show me your house.
Okay.
You guys. Yeah. What are you guys? Where are you guys heading?
We're gonna go to Andres's place.
Okay. Andres.
Mhm.
It's outside is a lavish house. It's one of the richest neighborhoods in the city, in the walled city. Yeah. Do you let Moon in, or do you?
Oh, okay. Look, before you go inside, I know it looks great on the outside, but just gotta understand I've kind of moved my stuff around, and it might be a little bit spacious right now. Maybe it's not as filled as it normally is. I'll just let you know that. But yeah, you can come inside if you want.
It's okay. I know all about, works in progress.
Right.
Yeah.
As-
So, Moon is kind of just maybe not even realizing what they're doing, counting windows and looking at ways to break in the future.
Andres enters into the building. There's like no furniture inside. It's just like nice like linoleum like floor, like it's very nice like clean space. There's like not really much. There's just like a bed in the middle of the room basically. Like there's
Mhm.
like outlines of like a bunch of stuff that was there. Like you could see like the outline of a vase that was sitting on the floor. Like literally there's nothing inside of this place, just like the bed.
Would you allow me?
As soon as we get into show.
Oh, sorry. Would you allow me one thing?
Sure.
You also see once you enter probably the last of Undress's self portraits above that bed.
Of course.
Yeah, that's it. That's all you see.
Yeah.
As soon as we get under cover, you see Moon basically tug on the end of the scarf that's not on you 2 times, and then as she pulls the scarf off of you, your feathers kind of as if like dry cleaned, and they're just a little fluffier and they're
Oh.
dry completely.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Yep, this is the place right now. Like I said, everything's kind of moving around right now. I've kind of got them in another
that you?
space. Yeah, that is me. I got that commissioned by a great artist in the neighborhood. It was I had to stand and pose like that for I think maybe like
Uh-huh.
6-7 hours. It was pretty crazy
Uh-huh.
experience. You don't think you can flex for that long, but you have to for something like that. You got it. You got to make sure they get all the lines and the vein. You see that vascularness in the neck? That was me. That was
As
me
you're
the
like
whole time. Like that.
describing this, Moon is like kicking off her boots and inviting themselves into your house, and then kind of goes up to the painting and tries to touch it, or attempts to reach out to touch it.
I'm gonna try to like run over and try to stop you. I'm just gonna be like, no, don't touch it. It's the oil is very sensitive oil. It's come from it's built off of like a rare frog. It's the only way you can get it is from a certain frog's like sweat
Yeah.
basically. So you can't really touch it, otherwise it's gonna it starts to just the oils in your skin versus the you know how it goes.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. Got your good
Yeah, you just
side.
Hmm.
It got your good side.
Yeah, I did. Thank you. Yes, it did. It did. They did get my good side. I would hope so. Like, cost me a pretty penny.
Yeah. Moon just like
Mhm.
looks around and is just awkwardly silent for a little bit. Mm-hmm.
And in this awkward silence, with only the rain, like the sound of the rain echoing through the empty halls of this house, you're going to actually end our session there and continue next week. Um, you guys are wonderful. I had a lot of fun. Hopefully, you guys did too. To everybody in the chat, thanks for sticking by. Join us again next week as we figure out what's going on in the city. That there are murders, untold murders happening. But yeah, thanks again. If you guys want to check us out, links are in the chat. Check out our Twitter, our Discord, our Patreon. Just join our community. It's fun here. We have a little laugh. Also, if you want to join us for a different game, applications for Vampire the Masquerade are up. Just check out our Twitter for the link to the forums. You guys are wonderful. We will catch you again next week. And pretty much it. Peace.